Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through my entire inbox management system for Smartlead. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull all the interested replies from Smartlead, get them into Slack so we can see the leads details. We're going to have ChatGPT write a draft response so we can make some final amendments to this response, make it all right, and then we can hit send email and update the lead category as well, all within one place, really streamlining your entire inbox management flow for yourself, or if you have a VA managing it, all within Slack. So the first part is basically me showing how it all works, showing what we're actually building, doing a little demonstration. And the second part of the video, I'm going to show you the actual make.com flow so you can build it yourself. I'm going to leave the blueprint to the make.com flow in the description as well so you can build it out for yourself. So let's get right into it. All right, so let's take a look at what we're building here. So I sent this test email through Smartlead to myself and I responded positively so we can have it show up in Slack, right? So we're going to get all the leads details. So the name, the client it's associated with. If you're a lead gen agency, this could be important. The email, the Smartlead master inbox link, right? So we get over here. An ID. Now this ID is going to make more sense in just a second when we actually are going to explore the make.com flow. This is the response, right? So this is what I written here. And this is the AI drafted response. So we can make some final amendments here if needed. Now this is a very good response actually. So I would send it, but let's say, right, can make some amendments here if needed. Right, looks good. So what we're going to do now is update the lead category as well. So these are all the lead categories or labels I have within Smartlead. Now I have Smartlead automatically labeling all negative replies and out of offices. So the do not contact, not interested, the out of office gets marked by Smartlead automatically. And I only get the interested replies in my Slack, obviously. So let's say this is a meeting request, right? Going to update, we get the confirmation, right? Update is successfully, check your Smartlead inbox, right? So as you can see, meeting request labeled, right? So we can also pull it into a subsequence if needed. Okay. And now I'm going to send this email. Right. Now the second part is it's basically going to show us again, just to be sure. This is if you're working with a VA and you want to check what response they're going to send out, or you just want to be sure so you don't send anything that's wrong. So it's going to delete the previous message, post it again, email response approval, sent by myself. This is a confirmation, right? So we're really sure, approve and send email. Okay, so it's going to delete everything now, so we don't build up an entire channel of all these responses. So it's just going to remove it again, so we keep it clean, right? So email sent successfully. Check the master inbox, right? So as you can see, it's in progress. This is what we want to see. Let's wait until it's actually succeeded so we can see it show up in our Gmail. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, new message. Right. So here's our response. Awesome. So this is um, a successful inbox management flow. All right. So this is basically what we're going to build, and I'm going to show you in the next part how exactly you can do this yourself. All right, so now it's actually time for the fun part. So we're going to take a look at the make.com sequences. So we got step one, we got step two. I'm going to put the blueprint to both of these sequences in the description of the video, so you can just download them and literally copy and paste them for yourself. The thing is, I'm not going into full detail in the nitty gritty of how to build all this step by step, because this video is going to take hours if I do that. So the thing is, this is more of an advanced workflow for people who already know the basics of Make. If this is your very first time in Make, all of this might seem overwhelming and a lot of things might not really make sense for you. But I'm always happy to help if you send me a DM on LinkedIn or just comment on this YouTube video. Or just ask ChatGPT, because I literally built this entire flow and I built all of my flows pretty much just with ChatGPT. That's it. I have no prior experience with coding or anything. Just ask GPT and it will guide you through it. So that's the thing. I'm just going to explain from a high level view my thought process on how all these modules play into each other. And then you can just do your own thing with it. Like I said, download it, put it into your own flow, and just fill out the variables for your own needs. Okay, so let's get right into it. So the trigger, this is the first thing. We need a trigger to get our sequence started. Now, this is a webhook from Smartlead. So we got a new reply webhook within Smartlead. Like I said, I'm not going into the full technical details of how to do all this. So we're going to set up a new reply webhook in Smartlead. We're going to connect it to this. So every new reply that comes into our Smartlead is going to trigger a sequence. Now, the very first step is a sentiment analysis, because like I said, we don't want every single reply to show up in our Slack. We just want the positive ones. Like I said, Smartlead is going to tag the do not contact, and not interested, out of office, stuff like that by itself. And I only want positive ones. So that's the first one, a sentiment analysis. So I'm basically telling ChatGPT here what a positive looks like, what a negative looks like, etc. And here we want to input the reply message as an input. So this is a variable, right? This is a filter. So if the outcome's positive, we want to continue. So we only continue with the positives. Now, what I'm going to do next is get reply templates. So I have a Google Doc right here, and I put in basically every question or answer someone might send me and how I want it answered. So there's only a finite amount of things a prospect asks you, right? And the thing is, you can always put in more and more examples. If someone asks another or more difficult question, you can just copy and paste it in here, what you would answer. And that way you can give ChatGPT more and more examples, more templates, and it will get better over time. It will give better responses. So I have this here, initial message. This is what someone would respond. So what's the cost? And this is what I want to reply to it. What do you do? Give me more info. This is the answer. I'm interested. This is what I would answer, right? You get the point. So literally everything, or like how you would respond to said question or said email, you want to put in this Google Doc. So we're going to pull up the content of the Google Doc, right? And we're going to put it in here. Now, I should have put this here, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to parse through the reply history as well. So it's going in, it's coming in HTML template. We just want to make it plain text. We want the full history, so the full thread, so just so we have context on everything that's been said before, if anything, and is going to put it in a reply, so in a thread reply to the Slack message as well. Right, so here's the big module, the right copy. Now, the biggest needle mover for you is going to be iterating on this module and this module, the reply template and the right copy, improving these over time, making them perfect. Because if you make this better and you give it better examples, your reply is going to get better and better over time. So this is where you would focus a lot of time until you get it perfect, to optimize your prompts and give it better examples. So you're going to write a reply to a cold email, keep it short to the point, etc. So here is the text content of the Google Doc, so our templates, right? So it's going to get this for context, and again, we want to reply to this. Here it's going to fetch the client. Now this is with a Smartlead API. You want to get the clients. This is the actual module that's going to send the message to Slack, right? So we got all these variables here: the name, the client name, email, etc. Right, and here the text, so the initial value, the response ChatGPT wrote, and the timestamp or the ID we saw before. This is a event timestamp, the event timestamp, and we're going to parse it as X. So it's basically going to output just a number, and that's a unique ID for this particular message, and we're going to use that later down the line as well. Data store, we're going to put everything in the data store, every single output from the webhook. We're going to wait a couple seconds. Again, we're going to get the timestamp ID, and we're going to take the output we got from this module right here, the HTML parser, and we're going to put it in the thread response as well. So we get the entire history, and we can get some context on the rest of the replies. So this is basically the first step. So the most important one is this one is going to post the initial message to Slack, as we've seen before in the video. And from there, any interaction we do with the Slack message, so if we click on a button or if we update the lead category, etc., any interaction will get triggered in step 2. So this is step 2. So Slack button clicked. Now this is a webhook. You need to install it on your Slack apps or your Slack development tool. And this is step 2. Like I said, this is anything that gets triggered if we push a button or we write a response or we click on a button. This is any interaction with the initial message. So webhook, we're going to parse through the payload, so the output. We got two different routes here. So how should I explain it first? Let's take this route. So we got the filter. This is only if someone if you updated delete category. So that's this route from here. Anything else is going to take this route. So this is the modal pop-up. this is the modal pop-up is basically the pop-up for the lead category. It's going to put our variables in here, and you need these values. These values are the IDs of your lead categories. So Smartlead also has these initial ones. So let's say information request, do not contact. These are in your Smartlead by default. So they have ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if you have custom ones, you need to pull up these ideas with the API endpoint for Smartlead that's going to fetch the idea. So you only need to do that once, and then you get these values, and you can put them in here as well. So this branch right here, this is if we click the initial send button and we want to we want to delete the initial message, and we want to pop up the confirmation message as well. So that's that one where we want to get approval for the message. Then it's going to delete the message, get the reply ID, and delete the thread reply as well. Then we got this branch, or let's actually go over this one real quick. So like I said before, this is if we update the lead category. So we want to send a confirmation to Slack. We want to extract the message ID from the message. We want to get the lead details. So we save them in this module, right? And we want to pull them up right here with the message ID. And this is an API post call to Smartlead, right? Where we're going to put in the category ID and campaign ID is Smartlead's lead ID as well. Right. And this is a confirmation message to make sure we got it right. And this is the final branch of the flow. So this is we're going to this branch if we clicked approve, and this is optional. This is if only you can approve of the message. So this is my unique Slack ID, let's say, or my user ID. And I only want this to go through if I approve of the message, but this is just optional. But anyway, so then we're going through extract the ID as well, get the data store again. We're going to fetch the history. This is again Smartlead API. Going to get the latest email of the history, and yeah, this is a safety filter I put here. If you're doing some testing with the APIs or with the replies, you might want to get the safety filter so it's only going through if it's to my email, because this one is actually going to reply to the email. So yeah, if you're doing tests and you never know if it's going to reply to an actual prospect or something. So just for testing purposes, I put this filter here. So we're actually sure. Now, obviously, you want to delete this one if you're ready for production, right? Right. So this is the final thing. So here we're actually going to reply to the email. So not yet replied. So this is if our latest email type is equal to reply. This one, if it's not equal to reply, so if we already replied, then we're basically going to say the email was not sent because this lead had already been responded to, right? And we're going to delete the message as well. And this one is going to reply to this one's going to reply to the email, right? So you want to put these variables here as well. Right, this is a confirmation, and again, we're going to delete the message. So that's basically it. Um, 4 different branches for every single button or category update we're going to do. It's going through different branches. So I hope it makes sense. This video is 50 minutes. I don't want to make it too long. Obviously, like I said, I'm not going to go through everything step by step. I hope you could follow it through when I just went over the flow and explained how it's going to work and what you need to input yourself. But yeah, like I said, obviously, if you have any questions or something's not clear, just DM me on LinkedIn or let me know through any other channel or just ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT is always going to help you. Um, so yeah, that's it. Have fun. And if you make any optimizations to this as well, please let me know. I'd be curious to know if you can make it better. Just let me know. And yeah, if you find this valuable, please consider liking it, subscribing it, leaving a comment, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.